So for this video, I'll take you through what it looks like a day in the life of training for a big international drone race. Looks like we're here.
Welcome to the wild side. Wild, wild, wild. Welcome to the wild side. Wild side.
All right, time to get a little practice in. I'm not buckling my seatbelt because we're not actually going on any roads. We're going off-road. My friend Pete Bitar has this incredible hangar property with an airstrip on it, and I am allowed to leave up permatracks. So we're gonna head down to the practice spot, and we've got a couple hours here until it's supposed to rain today. MultiGP has invited me to participate in this race overseas in Sharjah. I am old and slow, and I haven't practiced much in the last, honestly, couple of years. So I've really been trying to grind out as many batteries as I can over the week that I've got until I have to go to this race. So it's exciting to have the opportunity to go, but I'm a little intimidated because I don't want to absolutely do terribly in this race. So welcome to my permatrack. See, there's gates right there. We're driving right through the middle of this. I really hope we don't get stuck because it is pretty sloshy out in here, and this is only a two-wheel drive van, but we'll make it work one way or the other. Looks like some of the gates lost it in the storm overnight. Need the appropriate footwear for wet grass. I could do boots, but might as well just steer into the wetness skid at this point. Oh, what a great spot though. Just got all of this to myself. This is hard to do one-handed. I'm really fortunate to have already purchased all of this MultiGP equipment, these gates, all this stuff. That's step one, is make sure that you have course elements. I have these officially licensed ones, but you can just use PVC and foam, or you can go buy like the soccer gates or whatever you want. So step one, generator. Ran this thing dry yesterday. This is my trusty CF Moto i30. They sent this to me to check out for the Inspire 3 video. They actually sent a second one that is new in box, and I'm gonna give it away. So if you're interested in winning one of these badass generators, tell me in the comments what you're going to do with it to enhance your FPV life. But yeah, this is my CF Moto i30, and it's a big part of what keeps me in the air here. Boom, ready to roll. So I just keep an extension cord here in the back so that I don't have to listen to the generator quite as loud all day long. Okay, now we have power for our charging setup up in there. Close that door. Throw this around the corner so we don't have to listen to it as much. So for me, when it comes to practice, the most important thing is that if you're not improving, you're not spending your time very wisely. So I use this lap RF timer, super old. Like these are, I had this, picked it up probably in 17, and it still works even with the HD0 that I'm running on these drones for Sharjah. I'm gonna put it here in the start finish gate. It's gonna call out for me every single lap what my time was so that I know whether or not the changes that I'm making, the little minor improvements that I'm trying to make, is actually improving me. Very, very highly recommend. If you did nothing else to improve your racing, is just time every lap so that you actually know, am I improving, am I not improving? I definitely need to come up with a better way to mount this, but I just use a big piece of gaff tape. I try to put it in the middle of the gate because it seems to do a much better job of picking it up. It's charged by USB, so I can just plug in this little power brick and this puck will run all day long, no problem. Boom. This is the machine that we're practicing with. It is a Street League spec drone. The name of it's right here. But yeah, this is the rig that I've been flying. Got a press fit for the battery and 2.4 gigahertz ELRS HD0. I haven't quite spec leagued it out. I think it's pretty close to the build that we're gonna be running in Sharjah. All right, so here's the process. I got the drone, got all my fresh batteries right down here. Stick it in the back, plug her in, literally just throw it up on the roof, and we're ready to roll. So here we go for battery one of the day. Usually take it a little bit easy, try to get somewhat comfortable. Way blown out. I'm taking this real easy, just warming up. Don't need the first pack of the day to end in disaster. Super wide on everything. All right, so probably don't actually need a battery change, but I'll just do it anyway so that you guys can see it. Pull the battery, stick the new one in right away, plug it in so that it starts beeping and binding and getting ready. throw that up on the roof, plug the battery into my multi-charger, hit go, controller in lap, goggles on, and we're up for another battery. Completely missed. Dang it. So I'm in 28s. Yesterday I was hitting low 24s, didn't quite hit a 23, so we got some work to do today. I'm gonna put this camera down for a bit, really focus on flying. We'll come back in a bit once I've got a little bit more warmed up and confident and coffee drank, all that stuff. So that last battery actually brings up an interesting point to me because it was really sloppy. I made a ton of mistakes. I missed a couple gates. I had to turn around, I hit a couple things. Just not a good flight. But when you're practicing, stay in it, right? So like there's a temptation to like, oh, I'm just gonna go back and go for a hot lap. Races aren't perfect. Races are rarely run perfect. When you have a mistake in a practice run, treat it like it's real. Don't just bail. Don't be like, oh, I'll just start again, or don't take your time. Like get back into it, get back on the track. It's just as important to practice the perfect lap as it is to practice recovering from a mistake, which mistakes happen. It's an inevitability in drone racing. So take advantage of the mistakes that you make in practice to make sure that you continually improve on your ability to recover from those mistakes, if that makes sense. So this sort of configuration is a pretty common multi-GP obstacle. Basically, you go through this gate this way, and then you have to go through this gate that way as well. And in order to do that, the fastest line is to go through, over, and through. And usually there's a couple flags here that force you to go through those upright flags, but I just don't have any flags. What makes it really hard with this spec rig, which is 5S and it's limited on RPM, so it's a little bit slower than like your typical 6S open class rig, is that you need to fly through this effectively backwards. So if you watch the DVR, I'm basically turning around and flying through backwards, completely arresting my speed so that I can get it to pop up over the gate and spin around and come through out this way. That's challenging because I only have this 5x5 square to go through with a 7-inch drone backwards at top speed, also arresting my speed, so I'm thinking about the next thing possible. So I like to incorporate elements like this into my practice routine so that I know that I'm getting practice on stuff that I know is common to be in a multi-GP event. So now let's switch over to the switchback gate so you can see how I'm attempting to go through that in a particular way. So the way that I'm forcing myself to do this obstacle is that I have to come around the outside here, and I come through this gate coming this way and that gate going that way. Rather than the drone kind of flying in like this and then turning around fully, I basically full bank it and watch the gate as I come by so that I know when my speed is arrested and I can transition to that forward flight. So what you'll see is that I'm watching the gate the whole way through so that I can get that speed checked as close to the gate as I possibly can, so I come out around really tight. And then before I'm even through this, I'm already switching backwards and coming through it this way. So you'll see the drone do that here as I run this section of the course. I'm gonna leave the mic here so you get some audio of that happening. Well, in that battery, had a bit of a racing incident. Oh, I saw my prop go. My motor bell flew off, so we're gonna do a little bit of repairs. Yep, so she really gave up the ghost there. So we're just gonna swap this motor out. An obvious benefit of having a van is the mobile workstation aspect here. We'll swap this motor in absolutely no time without having to go anywhere. Really, really grateful to be in a position where I can have this. Makes a big difference for me to be able to keep up with working on videos and filming projects and YouTube and all that good stuff. While we're in here, let's give ourselves a fresh set of 4 props. Boom, ready to rip. Okay, and this final element is what MultiGP calls a ladder. This is a 1 ladder, and it's a really lazy one because I've just got a flag and I don't have a stack. So normally you'd go like in the bottom, spin around, go through the top, or go through the top, spin around, go through the bottom. Basically, I'm just going to the side, around the top, and then flipping over. So it's very similar to the first obstacle that we showed, but this is just a kind of a dumbed down version with a minimal level of equipment necessary to accomplish it. Obviously, I don't have any double stack gates or dive gates out here because they're a pain to set up and take down. So this is the last obstacle. Basically, I come around to the right side, whip around the top, split S, go through this gate, and then into the start finish gate right down there. So the hardest parts about this one is to, 1, not blow out this part, so you don't want to go super far way past this. And then when you climb, you don't want to climb so high that you're just wasting a bunch of time by going way up in the air and then coming down through the gate. Instead, you want to be able to keep it real tight, real low, and then just barely kiss the front of this as you come back through and head down the start finish, opening up full speed on the way. So let's see how we do on this battery. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all of the obstacles that I'm working on today. I kind of just string them all together into one course so that I'm constantly pushing to make sure that I've got everything dialed on a track. So the rest of the day, until it rains, I'm just gonna keep cranking on the batteries. As soon as I get some really good runs, I'll throw some DVR in there to let you check them out. But yeah, that's what we're doing. All right, my thumbs are dying. Yeah, they're pretty beat up. So I need to take a bit of a break. Just let that calm down. That hurts like the dickens. So I'm gonna make some coffee because that's what I've got available here in the van. So that will help. I think at this point, I'm gonna just fly like a couple more batteries, like 5 or 6. My thumb is killing me, so I gotta take a break. It's kind of been 2 days in a row now that I've been flying, so yeah, I just need to take some rest so I don't end up like bleeding through. That would be not good. My hands are destroyed. But yeah, one last thing that I wanted to kind of talk about with practice is like, don't be afraid to take a break, right? At a certain point, you start to get frustrated, you start to go through equipment, you start to break equipment, you start to not really improve that much on your lap times or whatever. Just walk away, take a few minutes, make some coffee, go for a walk. All that stuff is gonna just give you time to reset and then come back at it fresh and crank out some more batteries. Good practice is way more valuable than a bunch of okay practice, if that makes sense. So really focus on making sure that each of your sessions are quality sessions rather than just grinding for the sake of grinding. You find yourself getting to the point where like this track, like a really good time for me is like a low 23. If I'm hitting like mid 25s or high 26s every single lap, I'm not improving, I'm not really gaining any experience on that. So I just need to take a break, reset, come back to it. I'm gonna go out, I'm gonna see if I can hit some of my fast times. If I'm not hitting them, I'm gonna take a break and probably be done for the day since it's really quite nasty out. And but yeah, that's where we're at. We're just making sure that our practice time itself is extremely valuable.
Make it look easy. Hey, stand up guy on 10 toes. Big body pull up in a Range Rover. I can change the whole game when I say so. I pull up, shut it down, yeah, they know. Running this game ain't a thing for me. I never switched up, no change in me. The only thing changing this season, you go against me, then you know that you tweaking, okay? Cause baby, I'm him, I be on 10. Two-stepping in the party, I do not dance. Watch how I move, make it look easy. Counting up wins, that's part of the plan. Blackmail, taking up my haters a CC. That can't fail, all my victories on repeat. I'm knee deep, need a dub, best that you seek me. I'm too sick, yeah, I know I make it look easy. Easy, yeah. Tell them don't try to play me. Yeah, I'm drippy on the daily. They can never count me out. They can never count me out, I know. They can never count me out. They can never count me out, I know. I make it look easy. Make it look easy. I know. Make it look easy. Make it look easy. I know. I make it look easy. Too smooth, I make it look easy. I know we make it look easy. Make it look. I know I make it look easy. Make it look easy. I know I make it look easy. Make it look easy. I know I make it look too smooth. I make it look easy. I know we make it look easy. I know.
Well, I hope that in general, this coming along with me on a little practice session has been interesting and helpful, motivating. Motivating is what I'm hoping for, that people are excited to go out and practice some. I love drone racing. It's been too long that I've been able to kind of compete, so I'm really excited to get out to this race in Sharjah. So thanks for coming on the practicing adventure. It's really, really nice to get back into it. It feels good, it feels right. I want to do more. So anyway, thanks for coming along with me on this adventure. I hope that you've learned a little bit. We're definitely bringing cameras with us to Sharjah, so you'll get to see what the actual race itself was like once we get out there. But yeah, thanks for checking out this practice session, and stay flying.